you become. But that's what you've been. I was blind.
So we're gonna be doing my Q&A slash get to know me while I do my makeup type of video. So I have some of my favorite makeup in here that I'm gonna be using today. I just wanted to keep it like kind of compact in this so I can just easily grab it without going through all of my drawers, because that can get really annoying because my vanity is so jam-packed. It's actually kind of crazy. I never thought I'd get here, to be honest, or I probably hoped to get here one day, and now that I'm here, it's kind of overwhelming. So you always want to start with skincare, number one, to get a really good makeup base. So I got sent this AHA number 7 Whitehead Power Liquid, and it exfoliates your skin. You're supposed to use it after cleansing. Yeah, I have been loving this. So I'm gonna go in with this first and then a serum. Now we're just gonna go in with this. So I usually like do 2 to 3 pumps of that. I only started using that like this past week, so I really like it. Next, I'm going to be going in with this Equal Berry Lush Blush Peptide Boosting Serum. This is so good. I do have to shake it before I use it, but as you can see, it is almost to the halfway mark. I try not to use it too much because it is a little pricey, just a little pricey. Next, I'm going to go in with this moisturizer. This moisturizer is so freaking good. I like this way better than any moisturizer I have ever used. And I used to use the Charlotte Tilbury one, which is like $80 for the full size. Girl, who is spending $80 on moisturizer, honestly? So this is the Ultra Hyaluron Cream. It has hyaluronic acid. You can't really even read it, but it's like kind of like a water gel type of consistency. This smells so delicious. It's the buttercream lip oil from Pink. All right, so I did my brows off camera just to save time, but we are gonna get into the first question. So the first question is, who is your celebrity crush? My celebrity crush is Drake. I am obsessed with Drake. He is my baby daddy. I have gone to a Drake concert back in 2013. I was super young. It was my first concert ever. And I liked his, just everything about him. So celebrity crush will always and forever be Drake. I know there is some controversy surrounding him for, you know, good reason, but I'm not ignorant to that. But I mean, I am attracted to him and have always been since I was very young, like middle school. So I'm sorry. So I'm not even gonna go in with primer. I already feel like my face is like, I feel like my skincare does a great job of being a primer, to be honest with you. So we're just gonna kind of like flow with that. But next question is, what is your favorite Coach purse in my collection? I love my Nolitas, but out of all of them, it would have to be my Rowan. I am obsessed with the Rowan. I love the shape of it. I love the silhouette of it. I love how, I just love the size of it, everything about the Rowan. I wish I had more Rowans, to be honest with you. Just, I don't know why. I just get so sucked into buying Juicy that I forget, like, I love Coach. But then also, I don't use all of my bags. I have so many bags and I don't get to use all of them. So next question is, what is your favorite go-to music genre? That is a really good question. So I love listening to ratchet Cardi B music, and then I also love listening to Spanish music because I like so many genres. Like, it just depends on my mood, honestly. Like, if I'm getting ready and I want to be a bad bitch for the day, I'll put on some ratchet freaking music. If I'm in like a soft girly mood, I'll listen to Kali Uchis or Lana Del Rey or SZA, you know, or Summer Walker or Mariah the Scientist. Like, it just depends on my mood. Or I'll just only want to listen to Drake or just Spanish music, Bad Bunny. Like, it just depends. But yeah, there was definitely a time where I removed secular music out of my life and wouldn't listen to it because like it clashed with who I was trying to become. And when I'm in the spirit of Christ and I'm fully involving Christ in my life, it's kind of hard to listen to Cardi B or anyone else for that matter. So like I did go through a phase where I completely eliminated that type of music in my life, but it's hard, you know. Like, sometimes I do listen to it, sometimes I don't, but for the most part I don't really listen to music too much unless I'm like on TikTok or in the car. Someone asked, what is your most favorite thing in general? My most favorite thing in general would be like, I've never been asked that before. Let me think. So I would have to say having a clean and tidy house. Everything's in order, everything's clean and organized, everyone's happy in the house, the air, the energy is good, everything's cozy and calm. I think that's my most favorite thing in general. A nice, calm, cozy, clean house, and my kids are happy, I'm happy, and yeah, the fridge is full. Like, that's everything to me. So I think that would be my most favorite thing in general. Yeah, I've asked this before, but I don't believe it's something you've addressed yet. I've always wondered how you afford your shopping trips. What did you do for work? Are you back working? So I won't say where I used to work because I don't want to draw attention to that. I left on such a weird negative note, and that place was so bad for my mental that I will never address where that was. And then like if they're watching, like I don't want to just add fuel to that and like, oh, she said this, like, and make those girls bicker because they're just, you know, out of my life now. So I don't want to draw attention to that, but how I make my money, how I do my shopping trips and all that, how do I make my money? Okay, it's kind of personal, but I will say I have multiple streams of income, and that is due to me having a social media platform. I am not a huge creator by any means, but when done correctly or when done a certain way, you can make real money. So number one, you have to be authentic, and number two, organically grow. And because brands pay attention to that, Some brands do not give a crap about how many views you have on your video, or how many likes you have on your video, or how many subscribers or followers you have on TikTok. So it's not about your number count on TikTok or even YouTube. It's about your engagement and how you interact with the people that do follow you. This smells so nice. So I'm using the Chanel loose powder. This powder is so beautiful. But anyways, how I make my money, I don't solely rely on YouTube. YouTube is very, it's not consistent. Like 1 month I'll make more money than the other. So it's not consistent. You can't solely depend on YouTube to fund your life or your lifestyle. So I have commission links that you can shop that I will make money from. I also work with brands. Some brands will offer me commission for sales if I generate sales, and some brands will pay me up front. I've had both and actively do both. The commission is also something that isn't all the time the same either. 1 month I'll do better than the other, but I have multiple commission related links on TikTok and on YouTube. Whether you choose to shop or not, I never force it. I hate coming across as a salesy content creator that's always pushing something for you to buy. Sometimes I'll feature that in the beginning or in the middle of certain videos, and I'll give you a genuine like review of whatever I'm reviewing, but I don't ever like come across as a super salesy like TikToker. Some of them are super salesy and gets really annoying, and I never want to come across as that. There is a lot of sponsored content over on my TikTok and here as well, but I will always mention if something is sponsored or if something is gifted or whatever the case is. But yeah, so commission links, brand deals, YouTube, both on TikTok and here on YouTube, is how I make my money. When did you start / become interested in collecting Bratz items? My interest in Bratz started when I was a little girl. Every Christmas, every birthday, every single time I had a chance to go to the store. My Bratz collection started when Bratz first came out. So I've always loved Bratz since 2002, 2001. I was very young at the time, and that's when I transitioned from being a Barbie lover to being a Bratz lover, because I felt like Bratz was who I was inside. Like, I've always loved and played with makeup. That's something my mom never took away from me or never like discouraged me from. Like, oh no, like so many people used to be like, why do you let your daughter wear makeup, or why do you let her do her nails at such a young age, why do you let her dye her hair, she's so young. And my mom kind of just let me be creative in that way, and I'm so grateful for her to allow me to be creative with makeup and with hair and with all that stuff. The only thing that she was strict with was with how I chose to dress. If I wore a mini skirt, she would send me back upstairs to my room. If I wore a crop top or anything revealing, she would immediately tell me, go change, and then throw those clothes away when I wasn't looking. So she knew what she was doing. Like, I'm so grateful that she guided me in the right direction as far as like what wearing certain things, because men are gross, and you know, being young, no little girl should be dressing revealing and getting that type of attention from grown men. You know what I mean? And a lot of people exploit their children and allow these things, and that's something I will never agree with. But my mom let me play with makeup and kind of just, you know, be myself with that. So whatever. I loved Bratz dolls because they just were the most beautiful doll ever to me. Between the full lips, the makeup, the outfits, it was everything I wanted to be in a doll form. So that's why I love Bratz dolls, and I began my collection when Bratz came out. I remember my first ever Bratz doll was Chloe, and I got her for Christmas. I remember my grandpa called me on the phone and was like, "What do you want for Christmas, Vanessa?" And I was like, "Can you get me the Chloe Bratz doll? She has blonde hair and blah 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 blah." I explained it to him and he got it for me, and that was how that began. And I remember having a best friend slash neighbor across the street, and she loved Bratz too, and we kind of just always played with dolls together, and that's just how it was. Like, and we competed with who had the most Bratz, or we would trade outfits sometimes, and things got really competitive though with our Bratz collections. Like when it was Christmas time, like, "Oh, what did you get?" And you know, like, oh, I hated that. I hated competing. I hate competing with people. But yeah, it was very that's just how it was. But yeah, so I even have my Bratz Easy Bake Oven from when I was a kid. I wish I still had my Bratz dolls from my childhood, but my mom made me give them away to the little girls from our neighborhood, and I'm just so upset because my best friend from back in the day, last year we were talking at my son's first birthday, and I was like, "Do the girls still have my Bratz dolls?" And he was like, "No, girl, those are long gone." And I was like crying inside because I really thought I had a chance of getting them back, but they didn't appreciate them the way I appreciated them, which sucks. I hate that my mom made me give those away, but my mom was always like that. My mom was always like, "You're not gonna play with that when you're older, just get rid of it." And it's like, girl, you have no idea. Now I'm currently buying Bratz stuff because of you, Mom. I would have had the dopest vintage Bratz collection, but you made me give everything away because you thought you were doing me a favor. And to be honest, Mom, you didn't. You ruined my life. I just did on the inner corners this pretty flower nose like highlighter pencil thing for my inner corners. But yeah. Next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I see myself with another child. So 3, maybe 4 total. Maybe stick with 3. Definitely another baby in my life by then. A bigger house. Maybe in another state. Because I do want to leave this state that I'm in. I have nothing. There's nothing for me here. I don't have family here. I actually ran away from family moving out here, to be honest with you. So I'm kind of like alone in this state. My man has family in this state. All my family is in Boston, which is another thing about me. I am from Boston, and I miss Boston so freaking much. But all my family is in Massachusetts, and I left Massachusetts, and now I have no family. But in 5 years, I see myself in a bigger house with another child, 3 total, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Career-wise, I hope that I can continue doing what I'm doing. And if not, that's also fine. Maybe have a business of my own, a makeup brand, a small makeup business of my own. What's something that someone always assumes about me and isn't true is the first part of the question. Something that some people or most people always assume about me is that I'm a bitch. A lot of people like to assume that I am a very bitchy, conceited person, and that could not be further from the truth. I am not conceited. I have prideful moments, which I'm working on, because God does not like pride, and I'm working on that because sometimes I do let pride get in the way of things, and you know, it's not cute, and I'm working on that. But yeah, I would say conceited, full of myself. None of that's true. I'm actually super down to earth, super understanding, super friendly. I will befriend literally anyone, as long as you're not weird. And by weird, I mean like there's just a certain type of person I do not like in my life, and maybe I can get in that one day. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like you do weird, funny shit. Like, there's just a certain vibe of someone that I pick up on, or I can feel, or like they're like not genuine, or like they're like using me, or I don't know how to explain it. But there's certain people I can totally tell when that person is being weird, but I will literally friend anyone else. But anyways, yeah, a lot of people think I'm bitchy and full of myself, and I'm not. And I've always gotten that since high school. Yeah. What is your most toxic trait? That is a good question. My most toxic trait is, I mean, I guess in my relationship I could be toxic. I am very, very jealous sometimes. I don't like certain women following my man, women being too cute with my man. I don't like I can be very jealous, I guess you can say, bottom line. I guess that's a toxic trait. Yeah. But like, what girl wants their man like having these girls like on a social platform? You know what I mean? Like, I've had instances where my man will like comment on my photo, or I'll tag my man, and these girls that barely even know me will follow him. Like, girl, why are you trying to follow my man? Who are you? You barely know me and you're trying to follow him? Okay, you know me off social media and you want to follow my man? Girl, no. No. Or like, I've had girls that don't like me try to follow my man. Like, girl, I'll literally punch you. Don't do that. Don't play with me. Don't play with my man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess that could be really toxic about me. I just don't like women when it comes to my man. I don't play about that. I do not play about that. Okay, so that is it for questions. I'm gonna continue with going on about who I am and things like that before we finish up. I'm just gonna add a couple of freckles. I think this is so cute. But yeah, I am from Boston specifically, and I love Boston. Boston's just the GOAT city to me. Nothing compares to Boston. Yeah. I have 2 kids. Both are boys, and I love them so much. One is 10 years old, going on 11 in September, and my baby is going to be 2 in a couple of weeks. And yeah, I do definitely want more children, maybe just one more. So I am Puerto Rican. I never really told you girlies that, but yeah, my dad is from Bayamon, Puerto Rico, and he was born and raised. Also, this lip liner, in case you're wondering, she's so pretty. It is from Pretty Girls Boutique. My girly has her own little small business. So if you search Pretty Girls Boutique on TikTok, she has the cutest stuff. So shout out to my girly and her small business. Go check her out. But I love this lip liner. She chose it for me and I love it. But yeah, so a fond memory when I was little is my dad, when he was cooking, every time he cooked, he would be playing like salsa or bachata and making arroz con pollo and, like, you know, my mother. Guys, I've been using this Eyelure eyelash glue. It's actually really good. It comes with the lashes. But my mom is Italian, so I am a mixed girly. So growing up, I've always had my mom mostly around, so I learned Spanish through my grandmother, who was my dad's mom. My children are mixed as well. Both of my children have the same father. I'm not sure why I felt the need to say that, but a lot of people wonder if that is the case. And it definitely is. I remember some girl asked my parents, when my parents told her that, oh, Vanessa had another baby. She was like, same baby daddy? Girl, why does that have to be the first thing you ask? As if it's the same baby daddy is crazy. Yeah, can you imagine asking same baby daddy? That's crazy. I know my children have a big gap between their ages too, but to be honest, I wouldn't have had it any other way, mainly because I gave my oldest son all of my time, all of my attention, and now I get to do pretty much the same to my baby and kind of just like focus on him. Not that I don't still focus on my oldest, but like, he's independent now and he can do things for himself and he likes to do things for himself, and you know, and he's a great help when it comes to the baby as well. So like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like moms that have children back to back or close, very close in age, are easily overstimulated or easily annoyed or overwhelmed, because it's just a lot, you know. You gotta give it to those moms. You just gotta, because it's not easy, and I feel like I've had it easy because of the age gap. I'm not gonna lie, the age gap made things easy. Instead of changing 2 diapers, one's fully potty trained and the other one will be potty trained, and I can focus on that instead of both at the same time, and it's just, you know, I don't know, to each their own. Some people find benefits in having babies very, very close in age. However, for me, I got pregnant with my son very, very young, still living at my parents' house. I didn't know how to care for anyone else other than myself. I was extremely selfish. So it was a huge learning experience becoming a first-time mom as well. So being a mom for 10 years now, I know all there is to it, basically. So I can apply everything I've learned over the years with my oldest to my baby as well, if that makes any type of sense. I have no idea what I want to do for lippy. I'm gonna go in with Huda's blush for my lips, actually. It smells so yummy. I was so sick of y'all seeing me ugly that having a full face of makeup is like, your girl is back. Yeah. Yeah. I need setting spray. Charlotte Tilbury. My makeup is so cute. I'm so glad you girlies were able to watch me do my makeup and kind of, you know, see how I go from 0 to 100 with a couple of products, and yeah, and learn a little bit about me on top of it. I hope you girlies enjoyed this video. It's kind of a long one. This is gonna take me forever to edit, but we'll get her done. So yeah, I hope you girlies have been loving my at-home, stay-at-home mom type of vlogs. They're really fun to film. It kind of just gives you a glimpse into my day-to-day life. Day-to-day life is not glamorous, but it's soft and easy and calm, and that's just how I choose to live my life. I know not everyone has the gift of living a soft, calm life, but it is a gift. It truly is a gift, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, I hope you girlies enjoyed this little video of getting to know me. I can do an updated one down the line. This is my first Q&A on my channel. There's plenty more things to share about myself and about who I am. By the time this video goes up, I might be at 7,000 subscribers, so thank you in advance for all you girlies who have subscribed to me, who are here, who are watching, who are supportive, who is loyal. You girlies truly are amazing, and I love you all so much. And God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. There's more to me than just girly hauls and shopping, and sometimes shopping can be repetitive and boring, right? So switching it up is always good. I love you all again, and I'll see you all in my next girly video. Bye, you guys.